So the thing is that we've got, I'm gonna use my fat pigment liner so you can see. So here is the basic pose, and she's just standing there straight forward. So I can just go ahead and make, and you can see that things are kind of hugging to the body for part of this garment. So here are her shoulders, her arms are going down to the side, and we can see here that at the top we've got a rounded up neckline here. And so then we can kind of start building our ruffly stuff. Can you even see this? All right. Okay. So the thing is that here we've got this line here, and so from here they're just kind of draping down some of these ruffles. So when they get draped down, they kind of look like just triangles going down here. So here you've got that ruffle on the side, and these are just very quick sketches. They don't have to look exactly like this. I've got the basic silhouette is going out like this. Here are her feet coming down like this, and then we've got that skirt coming out on one side. It kind of hugs to the body here, and I've got that other hand right there, but it kind of flares out here. But everything is kind of obeying gravity, but they're using these nice long circular ruffles. So on this first layer here, I'm just drawing a couple of these triangles with this rounded out shape here, okay? And then there's a second layer coming down. You also see these kind of tubes coming down like this, kind of going here. There's our second layer. And then we've got our third layer, okay? We see that part of her leg is showing here, so I'm going to go ahead and just draw out those legs back here. And we see that from that second layer, they're starting to drop down to that third layer of ruffles that just kind of, they're just draped very nicely, just like those rounded ruffles I showed you. So here you've got some more stuff here. This other part of the gown comes down past the leg, but you can kind of see that leg of hers. So this is basically what I have. I'm going to go ahead and just give her a little bit of skin tone. And I have a student in my other class who says, is it okay if I just make the whole skin tone? I don't like doing the holiday method. And I'm like, you just do whatever you like as far as you're doing the layering correctly and you're making everything kind of in the right spot. Saying, for example, you're putting that skin tone in the right spot. And so, I usually I like to go to, these monochrome looks because it's just easier to do here. Now, that's kind of a royal blue, and I'm not sure I have that. Let me pause this real quick while I try to get the video. All right, so the thing is that for this one, I'm just going to color in everything. This blue isn't too bad, okay? Just color in everything on the dress. Lay down one nice color here. And then just because, I've got my marker here, I'm going to start to add some darker value. I'm going to add some darker value under the chest here, okay? Going to add, and so then I'm going to start adding some darker value underneath some of these ruffles because you know that they're laying on top of each other. So I'm just adding a little bit more blue. It doesn't look like I'm going to get enough of the dark value. And we also want to add that dark value that's on the inside, just on the inside that's showing in the back, because it's kind of showing the back there. But you see here that I'm not really getting enough shading, so, enough good shadow here. So I'm going to go and use I think my indigo blue colored pencil is going to work out the best here. So, because I don't want to go black, I want to get some nice value, but I don't want to dull down my color. So I'm just going to start adding some cross hatching where there's some shadow here under her breast, okay? There's also some darker value up at the neckline. You also start to see some of this dark value under these ruffles over at the sleeve, okay? And I can see now that I just didn't really do enough ruffling over there, but that I'm not going to worry about it too much. You just want to get these basic, like they're just hanging down in triangles and that are rounded out at the bottom, okay? So just try to get those and make sure that you want to, now just treat every triangular shape as if it were the cylinders that we were talking about, okay? So the part that's going to be closest to the light will be the lightest, and then towards you get towards the edge where things are on top of each other, you're going to get some darker value, okay? So, and this is just a very fast fashion sketch. It doesn't have to be perfect, but one of the things that they want from you, and is to know whether you can do your basic shading, okay? So that I'm not just up here like saying, oh, go from light to dark on a cylinder just for my health here. So the thing is like this part on the inside, that's going to be your darkest one. Now I'm going to go back up here, and just for one last thing, I'm just going to start to blend a few things in here in my darkest. Okay, those colored pencils are going to add a lot of dark value, so you don't want to blend them in too much, but I'm not going to blend in the parts that are catching the light, not the middle of these ruffled looks, okay? So, and then I see that she's wearing some kind of shoe, but I'm not really that crazy about, I'm not that worried about what she's doing with her shoes there. We'll get to shoes and accessories later on, closer to the end. We're getting pretty darn close to the end here. So the thing is that here it is. You see the movement here, okay? Did I get every single ruffle? No, probably not. But this is Alexander McQueen. I'm going to go ahead and add a little bit so it doesn't look like she's just standing there in midair. This is Alexander McQueen. Resort, I believe 2023. And I think that's look number 4. I'm pretty sure that is. And so that's going to be the end of my video. You just want to make sure that you're emphasizing those really dark shapes. If you feel like, I could have gone a little bit darker in places, maybe some black, but I really don't think that that's completely necessary. Maybe towards the inside where it's very dark. But other than that, I think just your blue marker and a little bit of darker value with the indigo blue will give you enough of that, okay? And so this is just, like I said, a very quick sketch. I'm going to stop taking my video.